Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 20th of May 2024. Now the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is definitely looking good, and the answer is pretty simple, guys. Last week the CPI numbers were out and it was definitely much less than what it was anticipated. Now does this mean that inflation has gone down? Definitely not. It just means that inflation is not increasing, and that news, guys, has definitely triggered a positive movement so far as the price of Bitcoin and global cryptocurrency market is concerned, isn't it? Now it's unfortunate that the cryptocurrency world does actually react to this news, isn't it? But these are some of the dangers of cryptocurrencies, to be honest. Now in today's episode, guys, we do have some really interesting news, and that is to do with one of the OGs of decentralized finance. Some people also call us as DAO, that is MakerDAO. And the news, guys, is they are launching two new stablecoin. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. And the first one is called as Newstable, and the second one is puredai. Now look, guys, if you truly want to learn decentralized finance, I would really recommend you to thoroughly understand what MakerDAO is, because they were the ones who actually triggered the whole decentralized movement, in my opinion. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what are the two new stablecoins that they're working on, and they do have really interesting names, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. Now in the world of CBDCs, guys, we do have an interesting development in Philippines, and looks like they're aggressively working towards CBDCs in the form of stable coins. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. Now listen, guys, it's really important to understand that there is a massive difference between central bank digital currency and Bitcoin. And what I'll be doing next month, guys, is I'll be going ahead and having a session explaining some of the basics of central bank digital currency, the different types of CBDCs, and we'll also look at central bank digital currency's use case in metaverse and quite a lot of other. So please stay tuned to that news. Now look, guys, ever since the Bitcoin halving kicked in, the Bitcoin mining difficulty went down, and some of the miners have decided to shut down the operation, isn't it? Now so far as cryptocurrency mining is concerned, guys, unfortunately we do have another negative news, and that is all the way from Venezuela. And Venezuela's Ministry of Economic Power, they plan to disconnect cryptocurrency mining farms. Now look, guys, the reasoning does make quite a lot of sense, so I'll definitely go ahead and share more information regarding this news. Now in the world of stablecoins, guys, we probably have the most interesting development, and Kraken, guys, which is kind of the oldest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, they plan to delist Tether USDT from European Union. Now look, guys, the reasoning is completely strange, because look, guys, in Europe, they have MiCA regulations, isn't it? And looks like Tether USDT are showing lack of interest in complying with upcoming MiCA regulations. So I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. Now look, guys, when you talk about cryptocurrency volume, stablecoins often tend to dominate the world, isn't it? Particularly Tether, guys. On certain days, the volume only of Tether has accounted for 80%, on some cases even 90% of all cryptocurrency market volume. So what kind of an impact will the oldest cryptocurrency exchange have? That is Kraken delisting Tether USDT? Only time will tell, I guess. Now I'm hoping that this delisting is only in European Union and not in other countries. So let's go ahead and take a dive into that. Now these are some macro level news, guys, on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is a massive one, and this is from Abu Dhabi and connected to Abu Dhabi Global Market and Clumy Ventures, guys. They are the first venture capital firm that is regulated by Abu Dhabi Global Market. Now look, guys, if you're a startup getting into the so-called Web3 game, you definitely need to check it out. And what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and send across an email to the team, and let's see if I can get them on the episode. So I'll go ahead and ask them more questions regarding Clumy Ventures and how is it that they're going to help startups in the Web3 space. Now the second news, guys, is from Abu Dhabi as well, and this is massive news in the world of artificial intelligence. And the Department of Health Abu Dhabi, they have partnered with Mohammed bin Zayed University of AI and also with Co42, and they want to go ahead and launch AI Global Healthcare Academy. Now look, guys, artificial intelligence has already gained mainstream adoption, isn't it? Now artificial intelligence combining with healthcare definitely makes for a good use case. And last week, guys, I talked about a brilliant use case in Dubai where they're using artificial intelligence to identify a couple of bacteria. Now look, guys, when you talk about artificial intelligence merging with quantum computing, the use case is definitely profounding. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on all these news. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region, With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, mind you, guys, I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai on Monday, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now, keeping that thing in mind, guys, I really am liking these numbers, and what is really important to note, in just a matter of few days, we will find out if an Ethereum spot ETF is approved or not, and that, to be honest, in my opinion, guys, will definitely drive the price not just of Ethereum, but also of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market. Now, the global cryptocurrency market, guys, as of now, is at $2.41 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.47%. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, it is at $46.78 billion. This for a Sunday, guys, is not bad at all. And the volume guys since the last 24 hours is down by 22.30%. Now the only matrix guys which I'm not liking before the Bitcoin ETF and even after the spot Bitcoin ETF approval is that of the volume of DeFi, and it is ridiculously low. It is well below the $5 billion mark. It is only at $4.93 billion, and DeFi guys as of today is accounting for 8.55% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now so far as the total value locked is concerned guys, it is at $94.96 billion. Now look guys, I've been saying this for almost 3 months now. On the 23rd of May we find out if a spot Ethereum ETF is approved or not, and that news guys will drastically have a massive impact, especially on the total value locked, because roughly around 2 months ago I did talk about how validators were getting into the Ethereum ecosystem, and the answer to that is pretty simple. They were actually anticipating that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved, so now guys we just have to wait for a few more days, and I'm pretty much sure based on that news, the total value locked will drastically change. Now so far as the total value locked of all protocol is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $28.79 billion. Now decentralized to centralized exchange dominance guys, it is down to 16.55%. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because last week guys, just for a few days, PancakeSwap was actually leading the pack, isn't it? And that was because Uniswap did actually receive a Wells notice, but looks like Uniswap's volume has picked up pace once again, and today it is at $1.09 billion, and it is currently number 1, followed by PancakeSwap guys. Its volume is less than half of Uniswap's volume, and it is at $445.36 million. Orca is at number 3rd, and its volume is $365.49 million, followed by Dodo guys, and its volume is $274.98 million, and at number 5th guys as of today, it is $237.07 million. Now look guys, as and when we get some update regarding Ethereum spot ETF, I'm pretty much sure the volume of Uniswap in particular might even actually double in my opinion. This is irrespective of an Ethereum spot ETF to be approved or declined, and along with that guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is keep a track on the volume of stablecoins, because that is definitely going to impact it as well. I wouldn't be surprised guys, irrespective of the decision, the volume of stablecoins might actually double or at least increase by 50% to be honest. Now so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, today it is at $85.47 billion, and as of today guys, stablecoins is accounting for 86.09% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now Tether USDT's volume guys is at $35.95 billion, and later on guys I'm going to go ahead and discuss what is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchange, that is Kraken, and why they're going to go ahead and delist Tether USDT in the European Union. Now so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, Circle USDC's volume is number 2nd guys, and today it is at $3.23 billion, followed by FTUSD, and its volume is $2.92 billion. Now look guys, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, it is at $1.31 trillion, definitely much better than the previous 2 weeks, isn't it? And Ethereum's market cap is at $369 billion. Now unfortunately guys, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, irrespective of the fact that it is a Sunday, these numbers are absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only at $16.33 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is only at $7.98 billion. Now if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin guys, it is at a staggering 54.66%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 15.30%. Now this week guys, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be looking at the top 3 gainers and top 3 losers. Now I'm looking at these numbers via CoinMarketCap guys, and I'm pretty much sure different websites that you tend to look at, they might be having less cryptocurrencies and tokens, but so far as CoinMarketCap is concerned, they have quite a lot of cryptocurrency and tokens, isn't it? Now via CoinMarketCap guys, even if you look at the fear and greed index, last 2 weeks it was at neutral, but today the number is 62, which indicates that the fear and greed index is at greed, and that to be honest does seem like a positive sign, isn't it? And so far the top 3 gainers since the last 24 hours is concerned guys, Bonk is at number 1, and it is up by 10.54%. The second one is Zcash, and it is up by 2.74%. And Chainlink guys is at number 3rd, it is at 2.88%. Now Chainlink guys, you should know by now, is an oracle, isn't it? And what I'm going to be doing next guys is, and this entire week, I'm going to be breaking down oracles so that you guys get a better understanding of what oracles are and why they are so important in the so-called Web3 space, and why decentralized systems and protocols should go ahead and use oracle. Now look guys, so far as Chainlink is concerned, They're kind of the leader in Oracle systems, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information this week regarding Oracles. Now, so far as the top 3 losers is concerned, guys, SEI token is number 1, and it is down by 5.77%, followed by Ethena, guys. It is down by 5.74%, and finally StarkNet, it is down by 5.70%. Now look, guys, these numbers are drastically going to go ahead and change as and when we get some news regarding Ethereum ETF, isn't it? So keep an eye on that date, guys. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, what I want to do is, guys, this particular week, I want to go ahead and explain what oracles are. So let me go ahead and explain, guys, what oracles are. So in the realm of blockchain technology, guys, an oracle serves as a bridge between blockchain and the real world. And blockchains by design are typically isolated from external data sources, isn't it? And they do that to maintain the security and trustlessness. However, guys, there are many scenarios where blockchain applications need access to real-world data to function effectively, such as, let's say, weather conditions for insurance contracts, sports scores for prediction markets, or even financial data for decentralized finance platforms. And this is where Oracle kicks in. Now, oracles, guys, are trusted entities or mechanisms that fetch and verify external data and then deliver to smart contracts or even decentralized applications that are used on different blockchain. Now, oracles, guys, act as intermediaries, providing the necessary data input to trigger smart contract execution or other blockchain-based operation. So look, guys, so far as Oracle is concerned, they can operate in different ways. So let me go ahead and touch base on 4 different macro level areas where Oracle kicks in. The first one is centralized Oracle. The second one is distributed Oracle or decentralized Oracle. The next one is hardware Oracle. And finally, guys, we also have software oracles, isn't it? Now, so far centralized oracles is concerned, guys, when you talk about centralized oracles, they are often straightforward to implement and manage since they involve a single entity responsible for providing data to the blockchain, isn't it? And they can also be cost effective and efficient in terms of data retrieval as well. But the main drawback of centralized Oracle is the susceptibility to single point of failures and manipulation, and since they rely on single entity, there's always a risk of data tampering, censorship, or downtime, which can undermine the trust and security of blockchain application. Now look, as US election is coming up, imagine having a centralized Oracle, which is managed by the left-leaning regime they have in the past and in the future can create absolute chaos, isn't it? And this is where distributed or decentralized Oracle kicks in. Now, decentralized or distributed oracles, guys, address many of the vulnerabilities associated with centralized oracles, and they do that by distributing data collection and validation across a network of nodes. This approach, guys, enhances security, reliability, and resistance to censorship or manipulation. Now, look, as decentralized or distributed oracles are not perfect, because designing and implementing decentralized oracle networks can be extremely complex and resource intensive, and ensuring consensus among multiple nodes while maintaining efficiency and scalabilities does require robust protocols and incentive mechanism. Additionally, guys, decentralized oracles may still face challenges related to data quality and external data source reliability. Now look, guys, when you talk about Chainlink, I very specifically remember roughly around a year ago, they did have a massive partnership with Google as well, isn't it? Now really I'm not sure what the update to that is. Now let me talk about hardware oracles, guys, because hardware oracles leverage physical devices to directly measure and transmit real-world data to blockchain, thereby reducing reliance on external software system. Now this approach exchanges data integrity and security, especially for applications requiring high level of trust and accuracy. However, guys, when you talk about hardware oracles, implementing hardware oracles can be costly and require specialized expertise in hardware design and integration, isn't it? Additionally, guys, hardware oracles may face challenges related to device maintenance, calibration, and compatibility within blockchain network. Now look, guys, the analogy I can think of is, let's say, OpenAI's physical device that is called a Zorb. Now mind you, guys, that is not to do with oracles as such, but let's say in that physical device, if there are any vulnerabilities, all of your data can be completely compromised, isn't it? Now you need to understand, guys, that the physical device, that is Zorb, is not necessarily hardware oracle, but I'm just trying to think of any other physical device that could be manipulated. The consequences will be absolutely severe, isn't it? So these are things you need to think about as well. The other thing I can think of is, let's say, a physical device that does actually go ahead and, let's say, measure weather forecast, or let's say supply chain management tracking information, or GPS related information. Now the next one is, guys, regarding software oracles. Now look, software oracles offer flexibility and ease of integration, and they do that by leveraging existing software systems, APIs, and online data sources to fetch and transmit data to the blockchain. and they can be implemented relatively quickly at a lower cost compared to hardware solutions. However, guys, software oracles are vulnerable to data manipulation, even inaccuracies, and most often they also have downtime as well as in it. Also, guys, ensuring the reliability and security of the data feeds requires robust handling, data validation mechanism, and continuous monitoring of data sources. So look, guys, when you talk about these oracles, each type of oracle has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. Now, the choice of oracle solutions depends on factors such as specific requirements of the blockchain application, the level of trust and security needed for external data sources, and the resources available for implementation and maintenance. Now, it's really essential for blockchain developers and also architects to carefully evaluate these factors when designing oracle solutions to ensure the integrity and reliability of the application. Now, you also need to understand, guys, that implementing Oracle introduces several challenges, including data reliability, security, and scalability. And since oracles involve interacting with external systems, there is always a risk of inaccurate or manipulated data being fed into blockchain, which can compromise the integrity of smart contracts and also decentralized applications. As a result, guys, designing robust Oracle solution is crucial for designing integration of blockchain technology with real-world applications. So let me know, guys, if you're someone who's working in blockchain application and what kind of oracles do you tend to use. Most often than not, people tend to use Chainlink, isn't it? And also, guys, in Polygon, they have a betting market as well, and I'm pretty much sure they tend to use a distributed or decentralized oracle. Now, on a side note, guys, just a little bit of fun fact regarding Chainlink. The founder of Chainlink, that is Sergey Nazarov, he actually had a website called smartcontracts.com, and if you actually click at smartcontracts.com, it takes you to Chainlink Labs. Now, here's the craziest bit, guys. Some people actually do say that he may be Satoshi Nakamoto, and the only reason why they say that is because the domain name that he purchased, that is smartcontracts.com, was actually purchased by him 2 years before Bitcoin was launched. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the browser and just type in smartcontract.com and let me know which website does it take into. That this particular website did actually go live just 6 days before Bitcoin was launched. Now listen, guys, if you go to smartcontract.com, it takes you to a website automatically, that is chainlinkslabs.com. So some really interesting and cool stuff, isn't it? Now look, guys, the chances of him to be Satoshi Nakamoto is extremely less, because I believe right now he's 32 or 33 years old, and by the time the Bitcoin white paper was out, technically he should have been 14 or 15 years old. So it just does not make any sense unless he's an absolute super genius, which he actually is, by the way. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now, the price of Bitcoin, guys, right now is $66,880. And since the last 24 hours, guys, it is up by 0.04%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 8.95%. Ethereum, guys, is going to have an absolutely massive week this time. And right now, the price is $3,076. Since the last 24 hours, guys, it is down by 1.11%. But since the last 7 days, it is up by 4.83%. Now, look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's say if the US Securities and Exchange Commission does decide to go ahead and approve a spot ETF on the 23rd of this month, the price of Ethereum might actually cross the $4,000 mark in just a matter of days. But look, guys, the chances of that thing to happen is extremely less. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price of Ethereum will actually go down. It may even go down below the $2,000 mark in my opinion. But look, guys, this is not financial advice. And like I always say, guys, all my price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time, isn't it? Now, so far as the price of Binance BNB is concerned, guys, it is at $577. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.08%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.99%. Now, guys, since you've taken care of the prices, let's talk about one of the OGs of decentralized finance, that is MakerDAO. Now, MakerDAO, guys, is a leading decentralized finance protocol, and they recently announced the ambition plan called as Endgame, and this includes the introduction of 2 new stablecoins, that is Newstable and puredai. And these stablecoins, guys, are set to replace the existing DAI stablecoin, which currently has a market cap of $5.49 billion. Now, this initiative, guys, was unveiled by MakerDAO's co-founder, that is Rune Christensen. Now, look, guys, so far as technology, so far as smart contracts, so far as DeFi is concerned, he's kind of like the OG in the space. Now, the reason, guys, why they want to go ahead and release these new 2 stable coins is because they want to enhance the decentralization and also the stability of the MakerDAO ecosystem. Now, so far as Newstable is concerned, it is designed to be a user-friendly stable coin that will integrate seamlessly with the current Maker ecosystem, and it will provide users with improved features and also yield farming opportunities. A Newstable, guys, aims to make stablecoin saving more accessible through a new website and app as well. On the other hand, guys, the second stablecoin, that is puredai, is intended to focus on extreme decentralization, utilizing highly decentralized collateral like Ethereum and Lido Stake Ether as well, and they will be operating with minimal governance. Now, puredai, guys, will feature a free-floating target price, decentralized oracle, and also simple tokenomics to promote stablecoin supply growth. Now look, guys, they also have this plan called as the Endgame. Now, I very specifically remember, guys, Rune Christensen did actually state that a part of the Endgame was to move from Ethereum and build all the things on Solana blockchain as well. So really, I'm not sure what the development to that is, but so far the Endgame plan is concerned, it also includes the launch of new governance tokens called as the puredai governance, and this token, guys, will also be used to manage the puredai ecosystem and distribute it to new stablecoin users on Ethereum mainnet. And this token will play a crucial role in maintaining puredai stability and governance. Additionally, guys, puredai will be introduced with a lending platform to maximize its generation and adoption. Now look, guys, so far as this news is concerned and based on my research, the Endgame plan represents a transformative phase of MakerDAO, aiming to scale DAI supply to 100 billion and beyond, while addressing the limitation of the current DAI stablecoin. By introducing stablecoin in puredai, and MakerDAO, guys, seems to meet the evolving needs of decentralized finance community and reinforce its leadership in the DeFi space. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how this news unfolds, and I'm really curious to check, are they going to go and switch from Ethereum? Now, based on the news, guys, it states that they still want to have decentralized collateral like Ethereum, isn't it? So I doubt they're going to switch from Ethereum to Solana, in my opinion, but only time will tell if they've gone ahead and made a decision to go and switch from Ethereum to Solana blockchain. Now, guys, let's discuss an interesting development all the way from Philippines. And coins.ph, guys, which is a leading cryptocurrency platform, they have secured regulatory approval from Bangko Sentral in Philippines, and they are called as BSP, and they want to introduce peso stablecoin named PHPC. Now this stablecoin, guys, is said to be accessible to retail customers and will mark a milestone in the digital asset landscape of Philippines. Now so far as the stablecoin is concerned, that is PHPC, it will be pegged one-on-one to the peso, backed by cash and cash equivalents, and stored in Philippine bank accounts, ensuring its stability and full redemption for pesos. Now coins.ph, guys, envisions PHPC being utilized for various purposes, such as, let's say, remittances, trading, business-to-business payments, and also Web3 gaming, and the goal is to reduce cost and enhance efficiency. Now, if you do want to get more information, guys, there's a website in Philippines called as Fintech News PH, so please feel free to go and check it out, and the news to that is in the show notes below. Now, guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news all the way from Venezuela. And Venezuela's Ministry of Electric Power plans to disconnect cryptocurrency mining farms from national grid, and they want to regulate energy consumption and ensure stable power supply. And the National Association of Cryptocurrencies, guys, confirmed that crypto mining is now prohibited in the country. Definitely unfortunate news. And this news, guys, follows the recent seizure of 2,000 mining devices in Marrakech as part of an anti-corruption effort. Now look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the Biden administration is behind this, because what happened is few weeks ago, the United States of America did actually go ahead and sanction Venezuela, isn't it? And so far as the state-owned oil company is concerned, they did actually state that they were looking forward for cryptocurrencies and even stable coins to go ahead and build transactions with other countries. And I very specifically remember, gosh, Tether USDT openly said that they will definitely go ahead and freeze the account. Now, keeping politics aside, guys, every cryptocurrency should be censorship resistant, isn't it? Now, so far as this news regarding mining is concerned, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a politically motivated move. And the ministry, guys, has emphasized the need to offer efficient and reliable electrical services all across Venezuela by eliminating the strain caused by these high energy consuming farms. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are regarding this. Now, besides that, guys, the Bitcoin mining industry has been suffering quite a lot as well, isn't it? And I did talk about how mining operations were actually closing down. That was because of high mining cost, and it was just not profitable to go ahead and mine more Bitcoin. Now, guys, let's discuss an interesting drama between Kraken and Tether USDT. And Kraken, guys, is considering delisting Tether USDT from the European market, and they want to do that due to Tether's lack of interest in complying with upcoming MiCA regulations. Now look, guys, it's really important to note that MiCA regulations are definitely not right for the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem, but Kraken is definitely trying to follow regulations, isn't it? Now so far as this news is concerned, guys, despite Tether confirming its non-compliance, Kraken is reviewing its legal status and they aim to stay compliant with new regulations. Now, the uncertainty surrounding Mika gas has prompted Kraken to prepare for various scenarios, including scenarios where listing USDT becomes untenable. And Marcus Usgas, Kraken's global head of regulatory strategy, did actually say this in an interview with Bloomberg. Now look guys, once Kraken does this, I'm pretty much sure OKX and all other leading cryptocurrency exchanges will have to follow rules and regulations that are set forth by Mika's in it. Now this goes back to why Bitcoin was created, guys. Bitcoin was created as a movement to a separation of money and the state. When will that separation happen? Only time will tell. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if it takes at least 3 or 4 decades. Now these were some macro level news, guys, from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and Klumi Ventures from UAE. Is the UAE's first Web3 venture capital firm regulated by ADGM. And the firm, guys, received a unique financial license allowing investment in tokens and equity for early stage Web3 startups. And Klumi Ventures, guys, is launching a $100 million fund focused on emerging technologies and decentralized sectors. And another fund, called as the $15 million Qualified Investor Funds, targets pre-seed and seed investment for early-stage Web3 startups. Now, this amount, guys, makes a significant milestone for UAE's digital asset ecosystem, and Gloomy Ventures aim to foster growth and empowerment in the Web3 sector. And Christina Lermis, guys, Senior Executive Officer of Gloomy Ventures, expressed pride in leading Web3 investment and entrepreneurship in the Middle East. And Abu Dhabi global market support, guys, is definitely seen as a crucial step to unlocking growth opportunities for Web3 startups, isn't it? And Gloomy Ventures is dedicated to shaping the UAE's digital asset landscape. Now, the $15 million Qualified Investor Fund, guys, will provide essential capital and support to early-stage Web3 startups, and the flagship $100 million fund targets emerging technologies and decentralized sectors. Now, look, guys, Abu Dhabi's status as a leading global city offers unparalleled opportunities for digital asset growth, isn't it? Especially in the world of artificial intelligence. They have been making quite a lot of news lately. And Arvind Ramamurthy, guys, of Abu Dhabi Global Market, welcome Klumi Ventures to ADGM's Financial Center. And Klumi's establishment, guys, fills a critical gap in the Web3 sector's funding needs. And Abu Dhabi Global Market's regulatory framework supports the growth of the Web3 sector in the UAE and beyond. Now, since May of 2023, guys, 96 fund and asset management firms have registered with the ADGM, underscoring their importance as a financial hub. And Klumi Ventures, guys, leverages Abu Dhabi's ecosystem to unlock growth for startups in the Middle East. And the firm's mission, guys, is simple. They want to drive innovation and provide comprehensive support to Web3 entrepreneurs. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and drop them an email, and let's see, guys, if I can get them on the episode, and I'll go ahead and ask them more information regarding Klumi Ventures and how is it that they can help startups in the Web3 space. So I'm hoping I can hear back from them. Now, guys, let's discuss the second news, and this is in the world of artificial intelligence. And the news essentially, guys, is that the Department of Health in Abu Dhabi, they have partnered with Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence and also with Core42, and they want to go ahead and launch an AI Global Healthcare Academy. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this news, guys, because the Department of Health of Abu Dhabi, they did sign a memorandum of understanding with Mohammed bin Zayed University of AI and also Core42, and the signing took place during Abu Dhabi Global Health Week. And this partnership, guys, will establish the Global AI Healthcare Academy in Abu Dhabi, and the academy, guys, aims to position Abu Dhabi as a leader in technology-enabled, data-driven healthcare as well. And the academy will develop an AI-trained workforce to enhance diagnostic and operational efficiency. And this initiative, guys, focuses on significantly improving patient care and streamlining healthcare processes as well. Now, the academy, guys, will conduct training sessions for up to 100 healthcare workers at a time, and selected participants will pursue specialized courses tailored to their specific needs, and courses will cover AI applications in radiology, cardiology, and advanced data analytics. Now, some of the key figures, guys, include Dr. Rashid Obaid Al-Suwaidi from the Department of Health, and also Sultan Al-Haji, who's from Mohammed bin Zayed University of AI, and Talal Al-Kisi from Core42, and it also includes His Excellency Mansoor Al-Mansouri, Her Excellency Dr. Nora Al-Gaiti, and Kirill Letmo, and they attended the signing. Now, so far as the education courses are concerned, guys, they will also target C-suite executives and operational staff. And the university, guys, that is Mohammed bin Zayed University of AI, they will provide facility for AI workshop and training, and the academy will engage in research and innovation through the university's Institute of Digital Public Health And the initiative, guys, will foster collaboration to secure funding and sustainability. And the collaboration, guys, emerged from the discussion at the Health Leaders Forum that took place at the Abu Dhabi Global Health Week. And the event, guys, that is Abu Dhabi Global Health Week, was patronized by His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and it gathered global healthcare leaders and innovators. So look, guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, the use case has already been implemented. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if there is a race, let's say, between UAE and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, who eventually turns out to be the leader. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the Middle East does turn out to be the leader so far as AI is concerned, and even in the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain adoption, isn't it? So definitely positive news for the Middle East. And that's about all, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and AI world. From Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Kim who asks, do you think the US Security and Exchange Commission will approve an Ethereum spot ETF? To be honest, Kim, at this point of time, I don't think the US Security and Exchange Commission will go ahead and approve an Ethereum spot ETF. And I've said this thing in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 series, that the key person to follow via Twitter is Eric Balkanis. He's one of the leading on-chain analysts so far as ETF is concerned, and he works for Bloomberg, and I've been following his tweet. Now, he does not seem to be too optimistic regarding a spot Ethereum ETF. Now, so far as Bitcoin spot ETF is concerned, he was 100% spot on, and he did actually state, even during the last days, that there is 99.99% chance of a spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved, and he was absolutely spot on, isn't it? And while that news was circulating, he was also stating that the chances of an Ethereum spot ETF is extremely high, but as and when he's looking at information, and based on the information given out by Security and Exchange Commission, looks like the chances are extremely less. And if you follow his tweet, he has often said that the percentage has gone down from 100% to 85%, then it went down to 50%, and just a few weeks ago he actually said the chances of an Ethereum spot ETF to be approved on the 23rd of May is actually less than 25%. Now, keeping all these things in mind, I definitely don't think that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved. Now, you also need to remember, Kim, that just a few weeks ago, the US Security and Exchange Commission did actually go after Ethereum Foundation as well, isn't it? And what is really interesting is that even in the GitHub code repository, it actually states that the US Security and Exchange Commission is asking for more information. Now, according to Gary Gensler and the US Security and Exchange Commission, because Ethereum switched from proof of work to proof of stake, and now because validators are getting interest, that is kind of like a contract, and that is again merging with the Harvey test, isn't it? And because of that, they are saying that Ethereum might actually be a security, and because of that, they may not want to go ahead and approve an Ethereum spot ETF. But look, you also need to understand that Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, he actually said that it does not matter if an Ethereum is a security or not. He actually does feel that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved. Now look, from a legal point of view, I have no information as to what are the requirements for an ETF approval. Now the only person to know most about that is Larry Fink, isn't it? And he has actually said that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be approved now, probably at a later time, or when BlackRock goes and submits the application, they will be looking at all the information. Now going back to the point that I mentioned earlier, Kim, US Security and Exchange Commission aren't talking so much with the applicators for an Ethereum ETF. But let's say so far spot Bitcoin ETF is concerned, they were having several meetings, isn't it? So look, based on my understanding and based on my research, I do feel that this time a spot ETF may not be approved, but I'm pretty much sure the applicators, they can go ahead and make few changes, and then they can go ahead and apply, isn't it? Because look, when you talk about spot Bitcoin ETF, there were several applications going back to 2018 that got rejected, even going back to 2020 and 2022. A lot of the spot Bitcoin did actually get rejected, isn't it? Only when BlackRock entered the game, all of a sudden all the spot Bitcoin ETF got approved. I'm envisioning something similar in the world of Ethereum spot ETF as well. But look, so far 23rd of May, at least we'll get some answer if an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved or not. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, Kim, and even for our listeners, keep a track on what is going on so far as decentralized exchange is concerned. Keep a track on the stablecoin volume, and that'll give you a good indication on which direction the price of Ethereum as well as Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is moving, in my opinion. So definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And guys, also please feel free to go ahead and check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and even artificial intelligence world now. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.